Awesome, right up to the man. The thing I always find so funny is when it's said that this will all only happen if we don't act right away. I think I've seen a few things just today that said that. How long are we saying that for? What's right away? A month? A day? A year? I've known about the senior class of 2020, the class that made his story blue circle shirt. And absolutely nothing worth noting has been done about it. We aren't going to do shit. We can't even agree that all versions of our own species are equal. There's no way we're going to be able to agree on what to do about a problem many, if not most, people don't even think is that big of a deal. My father-in-law thinks it's a big joke, and he's, man, senior class of 2020, the class that made his story blue circle shirt. Tank top, V-neck. Ladies for men and women. Tank top, V-neck. Apologists for the worst things that allegedly communist parties do, named for the members of the Communist Party of Great Britain who would defend the defeat of revolts in Hungary and Czechoslovakia by tank regiments sent by the USSR. How do you get the senior class of 2020, the class that made his story blue circle shirt? Wouldn't a tiny house be basically a slum shackle with these financial means and lack of energy? On the small scale. And before everyone starts building their own tiny home, you can find most of the supplies at Restore, Habitat for Humanity, and other home dumpster dive near new construction projects. The amount of waste they generate when building new houses is stupid. Official senior class of 2020, the class that made his story blue circle sweatshirt. Hoodie. Sweatshirt. Hoodie. But it is a shit ton of horribleness. Nice job, BTW. Thorough as. And will freak a lot of people out. As the guy said, people freaking out would have been great 20 years ago. But freaking out to make a difference means changing way too much and forcing in. And probably lots of violence. Given that inequality is enforced by a thin blue line. Most climate news is like watching a gasoline tanker drive towards a brick wall in slow motion. With the senior class of 2020, the class that made his story blue circle shirt. I've been watching the Doomers for about 5 years now. At first, I thought the backlash might be warranted. But then I started actually reading the papers. Other products.